Hey there, just talking about Unit 1, which is plot, setting, and conflict. One of the main things within that unit would be identifying the elements of a plot diagram. So a plot diagram is a tool used to break a story into its separate parts. Plot itself, as it says here, is the organized pattern or sequence of events that make up a story. Your day and the events in your day are technically a story, so the events in your day could be organized into a plot. First one is the exposition. It usually happens at the beginning. It's when characters are introduced, you find out about the setting of the story, but most importantly, you find out a little hint at what the main conflict or problem might be in the story. Rising action. This part of the story begins to develop the conflict being the problem in the story. In the rising action, we usually like to say that tension increases, like a rubber band being pulled to its point of breaking. And that's what the rising action is. Then you get to the climax. It's the turning point. Once that rubber band is all that tension on the rubber band, you have the climax. And that's when the story turns. And usually this climax is the most exciting moment in the story when everything kind of gets resolved or revealed. Oftentimes the main character may change in some way, or the main character may come face to face with whatever that problem in the story was. Following action is what happens afterwards. After the climax happens, it's kind of like that rubber band is no longer as tight anymore. The conflict happened, and the rubber band is starting to go back to its normal size. The climax is over. The conflict is starting to be taken care of. Think of it as, glad that's over, and exhaling a breath. Last part is the resolution. So the story comes to a reasonable ending. Think about it like the "ah" at the end, or the bow after you're done wrapping the present. Right? It's almost like putting the rubber band back in the box after you've stretched it and then unstretched it, and you're all set with it. Putting it all together, the exposition and the rising action can be known as the beginning of a story. Climax is the middle, and following action is the end. It doesn't always happen like this, but generally, for our purposes for right now, we can think about it like that. All right.